Hey, welcome to a Smartsheet video tutorial by School of Sheets. I'm Dan Palanchar, and today I'm going to answer a question that a viewer asked in the comment section of a previous video. The viewer was wondering how to calculate the percent complete for an entire column, and I'm going to show you several ways you can do that. So we have an example of a pretty simple sheet here showing a task list, the percent complete, and the start and end date. The way this sheet works is that the percent complete is being inputted manually, and it will influence the status. So anything that's 100% complete will turn blue. Anything that's above, not 100%, but above 0 will be green. And anything that is 0 will be yellow. That part's optional, but it's nice to just have something like that. So in this scenario, we can see the percent complete for our individual tasks, but not for this, say, entire project. Or if you had multiple phases where each phase has a subgroup of tasks, you might want to see that as well. So the first way you can do this is to add hierarchy and to reference the child rows of any particular parent row. So I'll show this on the project level and the phase level, two levels of hierarchy. So first, let's make a summary header row for the entire project. And you might want to do some formatting just to make it stand out. If we indent that here, and what I mean by that is if you indent every single task below it by highlighting the rows and then clicking this indent button. So let's do that one more time. We started here out of this top row, select all the rows in question and indent. Now these indented rows are children of this first parent row. So we can put a formula in here, equals average children. And this will compute the percent complete from all these child rows. Now let's say you have different phases of your project. We can repeat this process for each phase and indent the child rows accordingly. Now this will need to be outdented using this button. I'm just using the keyboard shortcuts, it's a little faster. And then the various tasks need to be indented. We'll handle those errors in just 1 second. So I kind of like the dark blue with the white, and then the light gray. This is going to divide by 0 because these are 0 values. But once we put our formula in here, equals average children. Boom. Now everything is working. Note that this, technically, that project level is going to be the average of the tasks, and that's kind of indirect because the literal children of this first row are these two here. So the average of 126 is 63. And then the literal children of these second level or hierarchy are these individual tasks. So it's computing based on its absolute children, but with every more layer of hierarchy, you kind of get indirect. But the data flows regardless. Just for bonus points, if you want to get your start and end dates, you can use equals min children for your start dates and max. Min and max pull out the lowest and highest value respectively. And in this scenario, we have dates. So this is kind of showing the overall start and end for the various for the phase. And we can repeat this at the project level as well. So now our Gantt chart is going to show all of our data. So that's one way to do it. That's a not fully manual. It's a fairly manual way to do it. The advantage of this is you get full kind of customizability over how things look, and that's basically probably the main advantage. The other Smartsheet has project settings built in that can kind of handle some of this for you. So let's turn that on. If you are to right-click in a column, you can go to Edit Project Settings. Now, in your percent complete, you want to turn on the percent complete column by selecting a column in question. We'll use one name percent complete. And then, so actually, let's do it one step at a time. So what this is going to do is allow the percent complete values to show in your Gantt chart. So as things get done, you notice that's 10% of this bar being done. And once it's fully complete, now it's fully shaded. So that's the first step. Next, if you turn on dependencies, that will allow for first duration and predecessor columns will be added to the sheet automatically. You can't get rid of them, but you can hide them if you don't want them. They're not always necessary. But more importantly, this will make the percent complete and the date calculations for parent rows automatic based on your child rows. The other thing it does is it turns any summary, any parent Gantt chart is going to be gray, and there's really no way around that. So these predecessor and duration columns were just added. You might, if you're doing it this way, I'd suggest you move the duration either to the left or to the right of the start and date, whatever you prefer. The predecessors, I'm not going to cover that in this video, so I'm going to hide that. But so now, these summary rows for percent complete, duration, and your start and end dates, they're automatically calculated from Smartsheet, so you cannot change them, but they do change by way of the child rows. So if we modify these values, the calculations are still done accordingly. And with this type of project settings, you can modify your timeline based on the duration as well as the dates. So let's say we realize that task 2 of phase 1 actually takes 5 days. That's going to extend this task out. If you have your predecessors built in, the entire timeline will readjust. We don't have that built in, and again, it's outside of this video, but regardless, if you build the sheet properly, everything will readjust. And then you can also change the dates, and we see the duration there changes as well. And then, as we go through here, complete all of our tasks, we're getting updates on the project level and the phase level until such a point as, boom, our project is fully completed. So those are 2 ways to do percent complete overall for hierarchy. Now you can do it without any hierarchy at all, and I'll show you that way. Let's reset our sheet. All right, so the sheet has been reset, and I'm also going to turn off the project settings. So no percent, actually we can leave the percent complete on so we can see it, but we don't need our dependencies and whatnot. So now we don't want to add hierarchy. One particular reason for this might be if you're adding information via a form. When you add via a form, the new rows will not indent, so you can't automatically indent through a form. What you can do is use the sheet summary section, add a new field, call it projects, or let's call it overall percent complete. So all you need to do is add a formula equals average percent complete. To reference the entire column, you just do the column name, colon, and then the column name the second time. Do not put any numbers in here because it will either give you an error or it'll restrict it to a particular section of that column. We want no numbers, so we get the entire column. And then we want to format this as a percentage, and boom, we get 64%. So again, as we change these values, this is updating. We're so close, and that's it. There are a lot of different directions you can go with this type of data. You can display it on a dashboard. You can use it to automate reminders. If things are not complete by the end date, if you have a responsible column in here with the contact information of a person that's responsible for the task, they can get notified to confirm that they've done it or to remind them, like, this is due today, you need to complete it. So there's a lot of utility around it. But regardless, hopefully that helps with getting your project level and phase level, perhaps, percent completes in there. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. And if there are any other questions that you have and videos you'd like to see, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll make a video for you. Thanks.